What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the drone show. Got another one today for you on doing a little sharpening. This is one of my newer knives. This is the Nakamura Hamono. It's called a O-Bocho. Let me double check. This is what Knife Japan calls it. I brought it up this time here so I could tell you. Yeah, O-Bocho, spelled O-B-O-C-H-O. It simply means large knife, right? So it's 180 millimeter in size. It's a pretty good size, right? Gyuto, basically, you know. It could actually be maybe the Santoku shape as well. Great knife, Aogami 1. He's the same guy that made that HAP 40, not the Kohetsu, but the Nakamura Hamono HAP 40, kind of little bit smaller than this, about a 170 or whatever it was. Same blacksmith. Just going to put an edge on today. Going to use my good old trusty Morihei 1K. Just wanted to show you that there. I got it a little wet. I went ahead and just made sure she was flat. Not that you have to necessarily with these. This is a newer stone. I've had it for a while. I just don't think I've used it yet. So I just lapped the back side here, making sure that we are indeed flat. And we were. So there's never a need to worry, you know, with good old Morihei. It's never a bad idea to check, though. Don't just take the word of everything. But again, when talking to James, you know, it's true. You don't have to be like so completely critically flat all the time. If you're just sharpening a knife like we're going to do today, if this was just barely off, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, you'd still get it sharp. It's not a problem. Could you end up with an uneven bevel? Possibly, maybe. It just depends. I guess your mileage would vary. But anyway, I hope you guys have had a good weekend. Just a reminder for those that don't know and are just tuning in for the first time, or for a reminder of those of you that just forgot. And not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday will be the next drawing for a giveaway of the Altstone Fukami Whetstone, as well as one of those inexpensive Japanese knives, kind of like this one. Whoops, there goes my flattening stone, like these guys right here. They're just cheap stainless steel, but they work really well. They're good for if you have someone that likes to bang your knives around in the sink, throwing them in cups of water. I don't know anybody like that personally, but anyway, they're great for that. They take a good edge and stuff, and I have good success with them. So, also curious for those of you that did watch the DMD interview, what you thought. James is a really nice guy. I talked with him some more after I after I stopped the recording. And he's just a down-to-earth person. He actually comes to the States and Canada. He's got a place in Canada he goes to. But he does different things around here, like SHOT Show. I was like, what? You go to SHOT Show? Anyway, so pretty cool stuff like that. He showed me his Lego collection, all those expensive like Legos and stuff, and this other brand that's not Lego, but it's the same thing, right? Anyway, so just let me know what you guys thought. I thought it was really cool. I'm getting the guys from Rookson at some point said that they will do the same thing, these guys. So I'm looking forward to that. Those are also really, really cool people. Like super cool. You have no idea. I talked to them on Reddit quite a bit. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to get started here. But I hope you guys have been having a good weekend. Get you to this angle here. I went to my son's graduation yesterday. It got postponed. Don't know if any of you were in or around the Midwest or got hit by those storms, but we had a fairly large storm roll through Friday. That's whenever his graduation was supposed to be, and there was like F4 tornadoes and stuff that touched down over here, and one of them was about 12 miles or less from my home. Actually, less than that. The one that destroyed the federal prison here, well, it didn't destroy it, but it destroyed a lot of stuff right at it, faculty housing or staff housing. That one is like 6 miles from my house, I believe. 5 to 6 miles, yeah. Anyway, crazy stuff, right? Well, this like I said, Aogami 1. This is a very hard knife. I'm assuming, and this is a guess, okay? My assumption is this is around 61 to 63 Rockwell hardness. Being Aogami 1, that's about where it falls for a typical knife. Very, it's like very well built. If you see how thick that is back there, it's got a distal taper. And she has a very nice choil shot, which you won't be able to see. I've tried it a million times, but I'll see if I can't kind of get this for you. No, not really. She thin though. It slices and it definitely dices. So check out Knife Japan if you want one. It's from the Nakamura Hamono Miyazaki. If you go to knife brands, you'll see two. Nakamura Hamono Oita and Miyazaki. This one's Miyazaki. And this is the K-Boko or O-Bocho 180 millimeter. So anyway, let's listen to this good old Morihei, and then we'll talk some more. Because I know you guys love to hear me talk. It's such a quiet stone for what it is, you know. But I'm going to tell you, I've already got a burr. But whenever you listen to this thing, I mean, you don't really think it's cutting. If I'm being just honest by sound. Feel, it kind of feels like it's cutting, but at the same time, let me go another pass, but this thing, it kind of reminds me of the Arashiyama, but the Arashiyama, you do feel more like you are cutting. But the glassiness, no, not glassiness, the smoothness, there we go, the velvetiness, because listen to that. If I go, I'm getting a little bit more now, but it's getting in a dry spot. So if I blink, yeah, like super, super quiet. It's very, very smooth. If I had to compare it, I'm trying to think of something to compare it to as far as the feel, because it skates. It really does skate. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to have to do with the type of steel and the hardness as well. If I took that knife over there, that softer steel one, actually I'll do that real quick. Let's see if we can even hear a difference, just for a demonstration purpose. Yeah. It's still smooth, but you can hear it dragging. Oh yeah. You can hear it, you can feel it, and again, this is a softer steel. So that's kind of what's the difference, I think, to a degree too. I've recently discovered that. You know, that was kind of by accident too. But yeah, so back to the feel, and we'll talk about that in a minute. If I had to compare that feel, that smoothness, that the way that it glides, the only thing that I can think off the top of my head that glides like that, what is it? The oh goodness, not the Choceras, because they don't glide. They're kind of grabby. Like a higher grit Sharpen, right? Kind of put the feel. There you go. The feel of the 2,000 to 5,000 grit Sharpen Kuramaku, and how that has that nice glidey feel, so you know that the stone's hard, right? So there's no doubt about it when you're on that Sharpen 5K. That stone is hard, and you can feel it with your passes and the way that it moves and the glassiness. This feels that way, but cuts like the Chosera 800 maybe? And that's the best way for me to put it. Man, I think I got another knife with the spot back here that is not sharpened. And I'll be dogged. Well, it kind of is. It looks like it was just lightly hit with a belt, so that's actually better. It does have a bevel. So I'm going to see what I do on the 1K here real quick. If it doesn't do anything quickly, I'll do like I did the other day. I'll grab the 400 real fast just to kind of take that down. Work smarter, not harder. It's cutting off quite a bit of steel, so I think we're good. No, we're not good. Doggone it. I don't like to do that, but I'm going to have to. Actually, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to grab the FSK. I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to grab the Oboro Knife 200. Appreciate that Adama too, by the way, buddy. So glad to have that. Okay. Swap that out real quick. Okay. Let's give this guy a nice little tussle real quick here. Oh yeah, I refreshed the surface of this guy with my 200 grit flattening stone. I think I showed that to you guys. I'll show you again. But it made the world of difference on both the 800 and this one once I cleaned it up. So it's just that right there. This thing is this one's 200 grit. You can get these all the way up to like 6,000 grit or something like that. Something crazy. Like I said, this one's a 200. Boonk. Same thing as this, basically. And this thing levels these things out quickly. Like, I don't even know if quick is the proper word here. But one of the things it said that they're also, those flatteners are really good for is natural stones. And so I tried it on one of my naturals that was, I mean, it needed some work, right? And that thing, it cut it quick. It like, I mean, it made short work of that natural stone. It was a harder stone. All right, let's do this real quick here. Listen and do the back little section here. Oh my. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, Irene. Oh yeah. That hard Oboro Knife 200 there is making super light work of this, just like the FSK does. So there's a little indentation that I can see back here. You probably won't be able to see it. Maybe, because that kind of glare just hit it just right. So see how that looks like it kind of like has a, like almost like it bends? It's because it does. But it's like surface. It's not bent where you can see it down the edge and it looks like it's got a little folder tucked or something. It looks like maybe that's a grind spot. So I'm thinking there was something with the belt or however it was they sharpened this, because I think he uses all wheels for these. But again, I don't know. I'd have to check. But what was happening is it wasn't hitting while I was sharpening right there. But we're good now. Like I said, it does fold over a couple sharpening sessions, and I'll be on that without any issue. I'm gonna real quick just set this whole thing. Just with a couple of these. I mean, that should have done it. Yep. And while I'm here, since I know I'm going to do the other side, I'm just going to stay on this stone real quick and then come back to the 1000. Don't ever be afraid to do this because it's a lot quicker to do it this way. That's for sure. Man, listen to that thing go. I mean, a lot of that has to do with how hard this knife is, too. This hard stone, hard knife. Yeah, so it's not like this side is here where it's got that little, like, basically a surface abrasion, because I've already got that flipped over and good to go there. So we'll go ahead and just make sure the rest of it's nice and set real quick and go back to the 1000. But yeah, this NSK, man, like I said, once I figured out, because I was a little disappointed with that 800, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you guys saw it. I kind of talked about it a little bit. Like, I still enjoyed it. It still sharpened, and it still made kind of fairly light work of what I was doing. But I expected this, like, super, by the way, how many times can I say like? This super duper crazy, blow your mind kind of stone experience, and I didn't get that. So I was a little disappointed. But once I did that whole thing with the flattener, yeah. And it's not because the stone wasn't flat, but I roughed up the surface is what I did. So I took it, I roughed up the surface with the flattener, got it nice and flat like I wanted, used that dresser thing, the little guy here, little wafer, which if any of you guys know where I can get those, I'm lazy, I just haven't looked. I'm curious where you can buy those. Can you just get them at like hardware stores? Is that possible? I don't know. I need to ask James too, because he seemed to have some. So see if he actually sells them somewhere. Tip wasn't like I wanted it, so. All right. We are good now. Let me go ahead and just wipe off this good old NSK. I don't know, I don't think I did a video on this NSK Kogyo 200 alone. I really don't think so. I need to, because this is a great stone. I pair this with my 800 now that it's working better too. And like I said, this stuff here, I'm going to do a close-up on it. It's not metal. I thought that was aluminum. Like, it's some kind of resin. I don't know what, but it's some kind of resin. I'll set her over here on my drying area. And get back to action, Jackson. Okay. Back to our Morihei. Regularly scheduled Morihei. Yeah, I couldn't get over how much DMD actually made. And the fact that they make nail tools to the point where pretty much anything that is either purchased or used in a salon is most likely by them. I told my wife I meant the guy that keeps her toes pretty. She goes, okay. And gave me one of those looks like, oh, okay. Anybody else's wife do that to him? We have fun. All right, let's do this again. Take this burr off here. I think I just cut that. It's so weird. That 200 and going to this, it's like I'm on a piece of glass. But I mean, it's cutting like tremendously. I've already got a burr. Of course, I folded over what was from the other one. Don't get me wrong, I know that. But I had a burr before all that, so. Just glides. I wish I knew. I need to look it up because I normally know these things, but I don't about the Morihei. I'm wondering if this is a resinoid stone. It has to be. I mean, anybody knows, let me know. But I'm pretty sure it has to be. That little face area is going to drive me nuts, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's sharpening up. Okay, a couple more quick passes. We'll move to the other side. The reason I say resinoid is because it kind of has that characteristic of Arashiyama. I screwed that up. Too much pressure in the wrong place. But that's a good testament to the feedback. I knew immediately. It's a little friable. The 500's friable for sure. This is a little friable. There is some grit on the surface. I know why. I was putting pressure on the return home here. So that's what happened. I just put pressure and it kind of dipped it and then sliced it. Okay, gonna go to that other side. Our Burby Goot. I'm excited to shoot a video for you guys this week. Actually, this weekend. From the Gulf. I think that'd be cool. Try to do it outside on like the balcony or something. Of the condo or whatever it is we're staying in, some kind of Airbnb. Got the in-laws coming to stay here and watch the puppies. Whew. Just feeling that out. Sorry, I got lost in the moment there on that one. This is one of those stones that at first, if you're not used to different types of stones and watching, number one, for material, for example, this is kind of dark, so it kind of hides the metal a little bit, but it kind of leaves like this nice, like silver surfer kind of color. It's like a silvery reflective metal, essentially. But if you don't know how to look for those kinds of things, this stone, I believe, would frustrate you because you would think, based on how it feels and it feels on your knife, you would be frustrated thinking that you are not sharpening. So knowing, I don't know if this is a beginner stone. I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. I could be completely wrong. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just this knife and this stone. I did notice a difference, of course, with, like I said, with the softer steel. And if you're a beginner, you may be using softer steel. I think the real test, by the way, would be how well this does with ZDP 189. Because that's going to be here like tomorrow, I think. I want to know what stones that aren't diamond, I want to know what ones will cut ZDP. Then the stones that myself and Bird Dog are working on, which I did get the diamond grit finally, thank God. I've got borosilicate glass. I've got some other binders. So if I have an opportunity this week, and I should have, I think Wednesday, I'm going to test fire a stone. But anyway, I'd like to know what non-diamond stones could cut ZDP, and then I want to know what they're, how they're structured, and kind of look at that as a guideline for the stones that we're working on. Yeah, it just feels really smooth. Like, it's deceptively smooth. That's the best way to put it. I think we're there. Yeah, we're more than there. I've spent way too much time. Most of it's because I like the way this thing feels. It feels really good. Chattered you guys' ear off for about a half an hour now. All right. So what I'm going to do with this one, it's kind of like I have been doing, but I'm going to do it a little quicker. I'm going to just do some quick stropping type strokes, reducing pressure, using the same direction and stuff, angle, sharpening it, and again, starting with light pressure and getting it even lighter to the point where I'm just kind of basically just gliding the knife across the stone with its own weight. Yeah, that side feels, I think I need to take this down. You can see kind of where I've cut that with the edge, which may kind of ruin our final presentation. Because if I've been cutting that the whole time I've been going over this, that's going to be a problem. And I have done that before where I forgot to level these corners, and it just ruined an edge. Ooh. Now I'll do some edge leading strokes. And then we may strop. I don't know. We'll see. I will be giving away a Japanese natural, by the way, guys, at some point. I'll announce it plenty of time, don't worry. But I will be giving away a JNat. We'll see what it is. Okay. I am going to wipe it off first here. I need to get rid of this lacquer too. They spray these with lacquer sometimes, and this one is. I'm not a huge fan of that. I understand why. I mean, you're protecting the metal, right? If it's shipping overseas especially, or anywhere. Just doing that's going to protect it from rust, moisture and rust and stuff. Let me look at this here. My good old Carson microscope. Oh yeah. That's cleaner than Skater's Peter. Well, no, I spoke too soon. It's mostly a clean edge. There's a few spots. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trust the process. I am not going to deburr it with the strop yet. I'm going to test it first. Let's listen and see how clean and nice this cuts the paper. it's hanging, it's catching. So I told you I was gonna strop it. Are you kidding me? This is that Bacher, whatever it is. This is actually, I made a mistake the other day. These guys are not, I think I said German or something stupid like that. If I would have just looked on their dadgum stuff, I could have told you. Pretty sure it said Poland. Poland. Yeah, these guys are from Poland. So, whatever. I just give up, guys. All right, just some quick strops. Oh, while I'm doing this, those that care, and I tell you this just because I say it 1,000 times because I'm very appreciative. I appreciate you guys and your support. The 9th, did I tell you guys was Mom's birthday, and I think I told you that they took her off dialysis. Well, and then a couple days later, she was able to digest food again. So they took her off of that tube. As of Friday, they moved her to a rehab facility that is literally down the road because they were going to move her into the next state, which was the closest place they had. So anyway, it's so good. And her recovery is to the point where they think she'll be done. Instead of 6 months, it could be like 3 to 4. So pretty cool stuff. I definitely appreciate you guys and some of you reach out to me, you know, on Reddit and stuff, and just give me some good thoughts, vibes, prayers, you know, all the stuff that's necessary, and I thank you very, very much, guys. You have no idea how much that means to me. I thank you. All right, here we go. Ooh, like butter. Like butter. Like it's quiet. It's like a ninja. Let's do a little push here. Oh, such a good knife. Such a good stone. I'm curious. I'm very curious here. It's just some magazine paper, right? There we go. I don't know how many this is. 5, something like that. Da-da-da. Look at that go. Yeah, baby. I got a mess to clean up now for sure. So, Nakamura Hamono Aogam Gyuto, Santoku, whatever you want to call it. Aogami 1, probably, and this is a guess, don't quote me, probably between 61 and 63 HRC. It is a performer. It's a beautiful knife. The wood handle here, just like standard wood handles you get out of anywhere. It's just oval. There is some stepping. A lot of his are that way. I don't care. I can put a new handle on this myself. It's not a problem. Excellent knife, guys. Morihei 1000, and of course the NSK 200, the star of the show apparently, took care of this little issue back here. This knife is $94. 94 bucks. I mean, look at that guy. I mean, that is a great knife. So check them out, Knife Japan. Remember, not this coming Wednesday, but the Wednesday after is the next drawing. And then also, I'm giving, like I said, also Fukami and an inexpensive Japanese knife. But after that, coming up soon, it might even be a pop-up, I'm going to do a JNAT. So anyway, thank you guys so much for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. If there's anything anybody else would want to see me do, let me know. I'll be glad to do whatever I can. I got a lot of things, you know, loaded. I'm getting ready to do for you, but I'll always make room for more. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you Wednesday. Peace.